Hi, Sergeant Sinjin with CTV. This one's more difficult to ask, but judging from what you've seen so far, and the type of shooting that it was and how it went down, is this, whoever did it, is it someone who knew that what they were doing? It was clearly, it wasn't sloppy, it was directly done. It's, I suppose, someone who knows what they're doing, if you will.
What I can say is that the information that we've gathered, that it does appear to be a targeted incident. In terms of the premeditation towards anything like that, we're still looking to speak to as many witnesses as we can to further our investigation. Again, we ask that anybody who was in the area, who has dash cam video, please check that as soon as possible. There are a lot of vehicles that record, as I said before. They'll record even if the vehicle's off. So please check that dash cam footage and report it to us if you do have anything that has been recorded.
There was a car that was found soon afterwards in Coquitlam. Is there any indication they are related to these two incidents?
Yeah, what I can say is that IHIT's aware that the vehicle was found on fire in Coquitlam shortly after. We're working with the Coquitlam RCMP and our forensic experts to determine if there is a link between those two.
There are lots of rumors, speculations, Krista, Global DC, about the motivation behind this in the hit job. Can you speak to the evidence and I guess quell some of those speculation, those rumors?
Yeah, the question regarding the potential motive to this offense. I am aware that there's a lot of rumors and speculation going on, particularly online. At this time, we're driven by the evidence, and we are working hard to speak to every person and collect the facts of this case, and we'll determine the motive that way. Again, we ask if anyone knows what any information regarding this offense, please contact IHIT immediately to help further our investigation.
You mentioned you were working on suspect descriptions. Did you get anywhere with that? Who are people looking for right now? Or should they be looking for?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't believe I mentioned that we were looking.
Sorry, apologies. Surrey RCMP said they were working on possible suspect descriptions.
Yeah, what I can say to that is we're certainly speaking to as many people as we can that were in the area, trying to determine if we can build a description of suspects. Once we do have that, that's information we'd want to share with the public to help further our investigation.
Sergeant, do we know, just sort of nuts and bolts here, do we know if he was leaving, if he was there? Can you tell us, walk us through that? Was he just at a temple and was leaving, or was he coming in? Do we know that information?
You know, we're working to determine that exactly. My information is that he was leaving at the time, but again, we're looking to speak to anyone who has dash cam video that may be able to confirm motion of vehicles in the area, anyone who was on foot at the time, that may be able to provide us more of a fulsome image of what happened.
Jeremy Nettle, the Toronto Star. There was, back to the rumors and speculations, there was talk that there had been numerous threats against the life of the deceased in this case, and I'm just curious if the RCMP was aware of that, or if you're following that up at all?
Yeah. You want me to take that? Yeah, I mean, in terms of whether there were threats to Mr. Niger in the past, that's certainly something that we'll be looking into, and we'll be working with all of our partners to determine the history here. I can't speak to exactly what his background is and what information the police have at this point, as it does it is a part of our active investigation, but it is all things that we would be considering and working with our partners. With the RCMP, we're very fortunate that we have good partnerships with a lot of different agencies, a lot of different municipal departments, so we are able to gather that information to progress our investigation.
When you say your partners, do you include CSIS? Because his New York lawyer told me last night that CSIS had approached him recently and was due to meet with him tomorrow about threats that they said they had information on.
Well, I would certainly consider CSIS to be a partner. In this situation, I don't know exactly who I'd be speaking to, who the team is speaking to, but we'd be open to speaking to all partners. If CSIS has information that we can share, then we certainly will. I know on a daily basis we do work with our partners within the RCMP, being an integrated unit. IHIT's fortunate that we get to work with a lot of the different municipal departments and use those resources to help further our investigation.
To confirm, that means that you guys hadn't been in contact, or you hadn't been contacted by CSIS prior to Sunday?
I can't confirm whether we have or not. At this point, that makes up part of our active investigation, so to say specifically who we've been in contact with, I can't confirm that right now.
Were you monitoring any active threats against Mr. Niger?
I can't speak to that at this point.
Did you report any threats to RCMP or the IHIT, if you're aware of any threats that you reported to you guys?
So that wouldn't be directed to IHIT. We don't handle that kind of thing. I'll let the Surrey RCMP speak to that after.
And Sergeant, a lot of these questions are coming up because some of the organizations are saying the authorities knew there was a threat against this man's life, and they could have done something about it, but they didn't. So, if you could, please respond to their right or not accusation.
You know, all I can say is that doesn't really fall within the integrated homicide investigation team. We have strong partnerships with all the detachments. I know they do terrific work of taking on files like that and working with the public. I don't want to speak to this specific situation, but I can say in general, having been a police officer for over a decade, we take those things very seriously.